This is the Pack Football Show on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head over to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap with your hosts Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi, along with Thunderwolves head coach Philip Vigil.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. It is the Pack Football Show.
Let's hear it for the Thunderwolves.
There you go.
The hottest team in Belmont.
Another Victory Wednesday here. They're the hottest team in Belmont. That's right. Well, coming off the win against Fort Lewis, it was a long, strange trip getting to victory. Trailing at halftime, 14-13. Now, Phil, honestly, when you went into the locker room, was there one of those classic stem winder speeches you gave the ball club, or did you just kind of calm everybody down and say, all right, let's just do your job?
I just said, guys, we're not being us right now. We need to go out and be us, and we need to win one play at a time. Let's go win the third quarter. Let's do our job. Let's play the way that we're supposed to play. We haven't played to our standard yet, and we need to go do that right now. And so that's what I said, and they did the rest.
Well, to be honest, I was the one panicking. I was in the booth kind of, man, I don't know where this is going. And,
House of Horrors at Fort Lewis. Not again. And
plus, I have basketball hangovers. We blew a game last year in basketball. I mean, it's just going to Durango. It just kind of gets in your head.
But who was the calming influence?
Well,
Joe
really,
Cervi
it was actually Ben's tent that flew away.
It was.
when
Yes.
the tide turned.
Yes.
And so he's not allowed to have tents anymore.
That was it was an Annie M moment. It was an Auntie Ben moment.
He's not even
Anti-Ben.
paying
Uncle
attention.
Ben.
He's not even paying attention.
Yeah, he doesn't want us picking on it.
we had this conversation at halftime, and Jim's like, well, where are you on this? I said, I in no way was I had a bad feeling in my stomach. I said, they just have to play. And I said, okay, the formula, come out, score on the first one, and stop them. And you did exactly that. I go, look, it's going according to plan. And you know who set the tone was the guy who had to. We didn't call his name one time in the first half. It was Daniel Bone. And the second half, I mean, it was boom, 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 boom. He just played like lights out. And I go, okay, they're back.
Yeah.
And that had to make you feel good that they just I don't want to say turned it on or turned it up, but they just started to play like you play.
Well, I just think, winning on the road is hard. And winning college football games is hard. And not everything is just going to be handed to you. And you have to go take it, And credit to Fort Lewis. They did a good job in the first half. They made us earn it. And, we offensively early, we didn't capitalize on some opportunities that we felt like we could have. We missed a field goal right off on the first drive. We settled for more field goals in the first half than we normally do. And gave them a short field, which they ended up scoring on. They had one good drive in the first half, but again, it was good because you have some adversity. You're down at half. You have to battle back. You have to respond. You have to find a way to respond the right way. And if nothing else, these guys, their response to things is pretty elite. How you respond to things ultimately determines your success, and we try to do a lot to create adversity for these young men in everything that we do, and so that way we can train their response. And to their credit, they've responded all year long, and that's what they did on Saturday.
Well, you hear Phil saying these guys. Let's introduce them. We got A.J. Jordan from the defense. Got Domingo Prince, the second, not the eighth, not the sixth, not the third. We're picking on Howard Russ a little bit, but just the second. Welcome to the show. AJ, tell us about your background.
I grew up in Colorado Springs. I have 6 siblings.
6?
Yeah. It's a lot. Our family loves sports. We always grew up just always in sports, no matter what, basketball, football, soccer, whatever it is. We're just an athlete family. And, yeah.
And how'd you get here? I mean, what was your recruiting process like? You redshirt last year, so you came in with the new coaching staff, and then you redshirt, and then your playing time has increased each week this year because obviously you're showing it on the field. So how did you get here?
Honestly, I think, by the grace of God, first of all, but really just an amazing opportunity that I was given. So it was kind of a late offer. But whenever Coach Foskey called me and he said, hey, I want you to come play DN for me, it was like I knew I had to go.
Yeah.
That I just had a calling here that, that this was home.
He's like the closer, isn't he? Coach Foskey. His name comes up a lot when we say who's sealing the deal. It's Coach Foskey.
Yeah, Coach Foskey can recruit.
He's kind of the closer, man. Domingo, how about you? Now we got to tease you a little bit because you played at Creek, so it's not like you played at some unknown school for some unknown coach.
Yeah, I grew up in Denver. Went to Cherry Creek High School, obviously. Won a few state championships while I was there.
That's your
Why you got to
birthright.
put that in there?
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
know, just a couple of
Hey,
high school
they
championships.
always got to know. So
That's
I
right.
just got to tell them.
Now, were you under recruited? You know, being a lineman from Creek, do you think, or did you just have a good fit?
I would definitely say under recruited.
Yeah.
A lot of coaches told me I was short, and I kind of took it upon myself to keep working hard. And
There you go.
Eventually, a place will choose me, and I will choose it, and I'll make it a home.
It started every game last year.
Yes, sir.
Started every game this year.
Yes, sir.
And 2 years ago, you played like 3 games, I think.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you're a seasoned veteran now.
Yes.
I like that.
Well, he talks about being short. One of the greatest offensive linemen in CSU Pueblo history, Joe, was our little short center. Remember?
Ryan Jensen, he turned out to be the highest paid
No,
center
I'm
in the
talking about
NFL.
the center.
Oh, John Joe.
Yeah,
Jonathan
Jonathan Jones.
Jones. Little guy. He looked like a fire hydrant.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah, he was only
He played
5'9".
center.
Now. Domingo's like 6'3". So
yeah.
He was like, he looked like a fire, and nobody on defense. And this was a good defense.
Right.
Nobody on that defense wanted to go against him. Nobody. But I like that.
So you're 6'3". It's not like you're little or anything, but
I mean, I play next to a guy that's 6'6", so
yeah.
yeah, I look short next to him.
But Sinan's, you're taller than Sinan.
Yes, sir.
So
well, most people are.
it's the hair, though. He's got the hair.
He's not even paying attention.
Yeah, see, he's not even listening.
Well, he's eating.
He's
away
hungry.
over there.
He's hungry.
All right. Well, looking at this game, Phil, Fort Lewis kind of did everything they needed to do for a upset-minded team to do in that first drive. They kind of milked the clock away. They kind of worked the ball down the field. They didn't score on the first drive, but eventually you guys stopped them. But they kept at it. They kind of kept you on your end of the field there. You guys came down, missed a field goal, and then they took advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I told you guys their quarterback was a pretty good player.
Yeah, he's a
he's
good
a real
player.
deal, dude.
I'm telling you, he's a good player.
I'm not going to say this out of school because I said it on the air. He is a transfer portal guy waiting to happen. He's just, and I mean, I'm no disrespect to Fort Lewis, but this guy, he can go play anywhere.
He's a good player, and he did some good things on Saturday. He was really calm in the pocket, and he delivered the ball where he needed to. He has great pocket awareness. He scrambled a couple times, and he was hard to handle for sure.
What I noticed in Jim, I think you said it first, is he didn't really freelance like you thought somebody might have to. Like when you lead a team in rushing and you're the quarterback, some of it's self-preservation. But he kind of stayed within the framework of what they tried to do, and I was very impressed with that he didn't just take it upon himself to do whatever he thought.
Yeah, I mean, he grew up in Houston. He's a Houston kid, and you can tell he's been coached well. There's no doubt.
Well, in the other parts of the ball game, what he did was what he thought his receivers did. We talked about it going in. They lead the conference in drops, I guess, 10 a game. They had 12 last week, and the first toss, he fires right down the middle of the field. It was like the guy had Velcro going up and makes the grab, and that's when you're kind of going, this might be a different day. Then another great catch, and another great catch. It's like, okay, maybe these guys are ready to go today, and that could be a difference. Coach Foskey was telling us about it when we were down on the field. He goes, hey, if these guys start catching the ball for him, he could cause us some problems, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and again, like you expect to get everyone's best game. When you show up and you're wearing a Thunderwolf jersey, you expect to get everyone's best game, and you know that they're going to give you everything they got, and they did. And for a half, they did a really good job of battling and taking advantage when we didn't, and we didn't capitalize on some opportunities that we should and normally do. And that's what caused us, to be down going into halftime. And again, my message to them was, hey, we're okay. Play our game. Play to our standard. Play for each other. That's all we need to do. And if we do that, we're going to be just fine. And come out. Howard breaks a big run. We get a stop. Another big play, touchdown. And it was on from that point.
Well, and you didn't really make it. I don't want to say maybe change at quarterback, but I think you went with the hot hand, and Roman took most of the steps in the second half
Yep.
and was on fire.
Yep.
And so that had, was that just a gut feeling or just
It's just like what you said, and that's the luxury that we're in right now is we've got two quarterbacks that are really good football players, and it's going to continue that way. We're going to play the hot hand. Whoever has the hot hand, we're going to roll with, and they're both going to get opportunities in the game. And, to Roman it took him a little bit to kind of figure out our offense and the way that we play and our style. And, it's the same way with Devin in the spring. It took him probably 3 full weeks to really kind of understand the offense and things of that nature. And Roman, as the season has gone on, has gotten better and better and better and better and deserves to be on the football field. And so he had the hot hand on Saturday, and we let him roll.
Well, they both can spin it.
There's no doubt.
It's just funny that they spin it kind of differently.
Yeah.
Devin's got that really nice touch and the long ball, drop it in the bucket, and Roman just it's gone.
Yeah.
And those ones on a line are on a line.
Yep.
And so that you don't really change the offense for that, but it's a whole different style when one of those guys is in.
Yeah, they're both very similar. They're both very similar in how they operate the offense, but how they, what they do within the offense is different, obviously. And so, we're gonna lean on both of them as we move on and as the season progresses, and whoever has the hot hand is going to be the guy that's going to be slinging it. And they both know, that's why I told them. I said, hey man, this isn't by no means the thing that you can get into by that is, you don't want them to play in a way that they don't want to make a mistake. You want them to go out and play free. And, we just tell them, hey, you're going to make mistakes, but that's not going to limit your opportunities. So just play free.
Well, that question's already come up. We do our questions in the third segment, but people want to know, is this the change or are we going to go back to the start of the game?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, again, they're both going to play. They're both going to play every single week, and we're going to find out during the game who's got the hot hand, and that's who we're going to roll with.
All right, takes care of that. We are at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House, brought to you by Rustler Implement. They're your local premier Kubota Case International Harvester and New Holland dealer. Please like their Facebook business page for a chance to win one of $200 gift cards and receive all the updates and promotions they are offering. Same name, same family since 1960. We are at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. We got a heck of a lot of plays. Keg One has provided some beanies here for our players.
Gotta love Keg One. They hook us every week. The Hutchins.
And we thank them for that, taking care of the players here. We thank ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. We're going to come back. We got a lot of extra highlights this week, Phil. We've found some defense this week, so we got defense coming your way. I've actually got 12 of them. I don't think we're going to get to all 12, but we got 7 for sure. But that's coming your way next. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. It is the Pack Football Show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
This is the Pack Football Show on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head over to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap with your hosts Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi, along with Thunderwolves head coach Philip Veal.
And welcome back, ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House, Pack Football Show. Another victory Wednesday after the defeat of Fort Lewis. Black Hill State, the opponent this Saturday. Steel City Solar and Roofing is proud to serve Southern Colorado community as a locally owned company. They uphold the values that matter to you. Proudly partner with Santa Isabel Electric to provide the best solutions for all your energy needs. Alongside solar and roofing, they are now your premium Tesla dealer in Pueblo, offering Tesla Powerwalls, batteries, and EV chargers. Can't wait to continue serving the community with the best in energy solutions. Proud sponsor of the Pack Football Show, Steel City Solar and Roofing. Well, Phil, we got a lot of plays to get to here from this last ball game, and you kind of wanted some more defense. Well, we got you some defense right off the bat. One back in the backfield on the right hip of Stone Walker, the quarterback. Takes the snap, looks left. Here comes pressure. Scipio's after him, and he has him back at the 35-yard line. Stone Walker probably felt like he could run away from this guy, but Scipio's not your average defensive end.
No, that was a backside stack and pursuit the entire way. Again, one of the problems we were told with Fort Lewis this year has been their offensive line, and that was a great example of it.
Well, Scipio just ran him down there, Phil. I think Stone Walker thought, hey, I'm going to get away here. And Scipio said, no, you're not getting away from me.
Sip can run.
Yeah.
I mean, we tested him in the spring, and he was a high 4.5, low 4.6 guy.
Wow.
I mean, he can roll.
With that body, I mean.
He can roll.
And he likes being on the hands team. I kind of like that. He wants to be out there. And
I
Put him
told
back
him
and
about
return a
that,
kick.
but he played tight end in high school. Yeah. He was a good tight end.
He's
in
a great
high
athlete. He's explosive. I mean, he'll test really, really well.
maybe that's a thought for the offensive coaches. Hey, let's 4 tight end set. Bring him out there. Wouldn't that be? I kind of like this power package you guys are going with now.
Oh, is that your job?
Bring the 3 tight ends out.
No. You got
AJ's
hands like that,
no.
AJ? Can you catch? No, you can't.
I cannot catch. I got 1 pick 6 in high school, but or not pick 6. I just got an interception. I got tackled down. So I might catch it, but I'm not running anywhere with it. I'm too slow.
All right, let's continue with the defensive theme. This was a pretty big play early in the ball game. Now they're having a problem with the play clock. They didn't have it set correctly. They keep the official. Nobody's paying attention to the referee. There we go. All right. Now there it is. They fake the sweep. They look right, fire it right, and intercept it. Thunderwolves coming up with the pick on the sideline there. Great play by Dramani Jackson.
Gets the pick. Tipped it to himself, Jim.
Yeah, he kind of played volleyball there for a little bit. And that had to be coming right at you, Phil, when he made the interception there, and he jumped the route beautifully, but he didn't seal the deal right away. He had to kind of tap it up in the air. But
that was a heck of a play.
Yeah.
It was a heck of a play. And it was one of those like, you're like, hey, great job, but you did the wrong thing. He was in the complete he was not lined up correctly, but he made a play. And, Dre Jackson, he's just a redshirt freshman. Sticky as all get out, can cover everybody. His future with Pac football is very, very bright. I was happy for him. It was awesome.
Well, you got McCaney was out. You found out at game time that he wasn't going to be able to go.
Yep.
So everybody kind of had to step up in the secondary.
Yeah, he rolled his ankle on Thursday in practice and, wasn't ready. And so we actually brought Oliver Welch instead, who ends up getting a pick later in the game, so proud of him too. It was awesome.
Well, now we're going to move to offense here. Now you're going to dig a little bit into your bag of tricks. We've seen this play with different personnel, but this time it works with the receivers.
Offensive lineman play possum a little bit and then go.
2nd down and 2 for the Thunderwolves. Ward takes a snap, screen pass left, but through, and all this double pass play to the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown! The big tight end, Dvorak, hauls it in. They threw a pass out to the left side. It was a backwards pass
to Rakowski,
and Rakowski fires it down the sideline for the touchdown.
The Loveland Lightning Bolt gets a touchdown pass.
Now, there's the rumor, right? Is Rakowski now number 5 on the depth chart at quarterback? Or what are we gonna do with this guy?
Yeah, that was a heck of a throw.
It was nice.
It was really nice. I was like, oh goodness, don't throw it. And then, hey, nice job, good throw. No, it was awesome. What do we call that play? It was like the Loveland. Gosh, goodness gracious, Coach Guap, what do we call that play? The Loveland Legend.
There you go.
The signal for that was a heart.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, we called it the Loveland Legend.
You know, Jesse Lewis always thought he was the Loveland Legend, but now Rakowski. we got some good Loveland connection with Pac.
It was awesome. Great play call.
All right, so you go to the locker room. It's 14-13, and man, there's one way you can really restore order in a hurry, and a big play will do it. Take the snap. It's bobbled. Now handed off to Russell. And he's got the first down and more.
Goodbye.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Thunderwolves. That'll get you well in a hurry. They bobbled the snap there. I don't know if you've noticed that, Joe, as Fuller kind of bobbled, but was able to get the ball into the gut of Russell, and Russell took off. And Phil, even Joe and I kind of talked about it. Sometimes on a kick return, when a guy bobbles a punt, it's like everybody kind of freezes for a moment. It seemed like the defense was kind of frozen in time there, and then you can't freeze on Howard Russell's going to run right by you.
Yeah. I told Roman on the sideline, I said, hey, catch the ball, please. Would you stop doing that? Just catch the ball. Goodness gracious. Quarterbacks are supposed to have the best hands on the team. They catch the ball more than anybody. Every single play they catch in the ball, right?
Well, Stone Walker had a day. That poor guy bobbled every snap he got.
God.
We thought they were going to have tryouts for center this week at Fort Lewis because he had bad snaps. But did you hear that in Jim's call of that? I had one word. Goodbye. I saw him take off, and it was just gone.
Yep.
Well, we mentioned the snapping issues for Fort Lewis. I go, that's got to be number one priority, right? Somebody can snap for punts and somebody can snap the shotgun.
Their punter he should have got MVP.
What a play that was!
Yeah. I mean, he caught two balls that were way over his head. That were great plays. And then the one that they snapped clearly over his head, that was the only time the entire game that we went punt safe.
Oh.
Every other time we ran some type of block, and the only time we run punt safe, they snap it over his head. And
he gets off like a 75-yarder.
Oh, man, brutal.
Well, then you get the lead, and then it was time for the defense to make a big play. They stay in the same formation. Bone comes up showing blitz. Here he comes, right in the middle, and he has his man and flings the quarterback to the turf back inside the 10-yard line.
Whose name did I say we didn't call in the first half?
Daniel Bone, Joe.
Whose name do we call right away in the second half?
Safety blitz.
Daniel Bone.
There you go.
Love it.
A little riffing there between Jim and Joe there on the Bone deal. But
we are so used to just seeing him make every play. If he doesn't record a tackle, he's got an assist on every tackle. He's just a menace to society on the football field. He was real quiet in that first half, as was everyone, basically. And that was sort of like, okay, we need some juice. Who has the juice? Daniel Bone.
Yes, he does.
Well, we're going to jump past a couple of offensive plays. Our apologies to Toscas and Fuller here for not playing their 2 touchdowns. Maybe we'll get back to them, but we're going to go to somebody here, Phil, that had a dramatic run to the end zone. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line for the Pack. Fuller hands the ball off to Fincher on the right. Nice cut. 45-40. Cuts inside. 35. Cuts inside again. 20, 15, 10, 5. High stepping into the end zone. Touchdown, Thunderwolves. What a run by Fincher.
Great run. Terrible ball security.
What a run, huh?
Oh, it was great.
And it was just cut after cut after cut.
He looked fast, didn't he?
He did.
Fun to block for these backs, Domingo. I mean, every one of them has a different skill set, don't they? And it's just fun. You just get your guys handled, and they're going to run.
Oh, for sure. As soon as I see them pass me, I know I did my job. And when they're running high step into the end zone, I'm more than excited.
You just love to see their numbers on the back.
Yes, definitely.
Well, and are you running down to the end zone to celebrate as well? And you're not going to be like Feeney and pull a hamstring at midfield and cramp up and go down like you've been shot.
No, I'm definitely celebrating.
Okay, there we go.
You make him come to you, though, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah, you don't want to go all the way down there.
Smart.
And do that. All right, so now we have A.J. Jordan as a guest here. So it's only fitting that our final highlight that we're going to go to for sure is this play late in the ball game. So the ball at the 25-yard line. And once again, the concern is for Stone Walker. He got hurt on that touchdown attempt. He just gave himself up trying to hurdle into the end zone. He did score, but the penalties nullified it. Here's pressure, and the Thunderbolts get home. They rip the ball free. It's a chance for the touchdown, but taken down at the 9-yard line. A.J. Jordan just ripped the ball out of the hands of Sam Jones. Looked like he might score for a moment. He wants to keep that football.
That was almost a score without the ball touching the ground.
Rip and score. Yeah, well, Joe, we're talking about scoop and score. That was rip and score almost. Didn't quite get there, but man, you had to have that thought in your head when you ripped it free.
I was. My teammate Lorenzo Diggs was like, go score it, AJ, go score it. As soon as I heard him, I thought I was free to go. But yeah, I mean, that quarterback, he got me. I thought he fell down. I was ready to score.
Well, just talk about the play, the way it's set up. That do you anticipate a play like that, or you see it's happening, or do you just react to the ball and rip it free?
I really envisioned that play the whole game, to be honest. On the bus right there, I was just envisioning, when I get my shot, I'm going to make it count, and I did.
It was
not often
cool
that
just to let the left rip and pull.
It's not often the defensive end gets tackled by the quarterback.
Right?
You know what I mean?
A hurt quarterback, by the way.
Now, where are we at here? Oh, shoot, we got a couple extra minutes. Well, you know what? Let's go back and let's get the big touchdowns. Let's go to play 6 here, Aaron. This is Fuller to Toscas, number 1. Straight drop back. They're looking up the left sideline for Toscas. He's in the clear, and he has got it. Touchdown. Roman Fuller, a beautiful pass right on the numbers of Toscas. And, it's nice to bring in your so-called backup quarterback to come in and can throw a strike like that and, get your team well.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great throw, and we give Taylor hell a lot because we say the only way he can get a touchdown is if he catches it in the end zone. That was his first catch that he's had that he actually ran into the end zone. It was only like 3 yards out, but the curse is broken now, and so we were giving him hell. I was on the headset. I told Coach Atkinson, I said, "Hey, will you do me a favor and tell Taylor congratulations? He finally ran in a touchdown." And Taylor goes, "Coach, I'm right next to you." I'm like, "Oh, sorry about that, Taylor."
Coach.
It was a great pass and catch when Jim says steps back, throws, and then the next word you hear is touchdown.
Mhm.
There's no describing in that. It was the whole thing. You could just see
Zip.
boom.
Yeah, right on the money. Well, you know what? First time was good. Let's do it again. This is a little different route, but again, it shows the arm talent of Roman Fuller. Trips to the right this time, including Toscas and Robinson, also Rakowski over there. Left side, it's Retzlaff. Take the snap. They look right. Fire, back of the end zone. Caught, touchdown. Toscas running along the backside of the end zone, and Fuller drilled it in there right on the back line. That was an amazing throw. I mean, to find him, to have the patience to look over the field. He's got 4 receivers out in the pattern, and then to find him late in the play on the back line.
Yeah, there were a couple of times Roman had the ball in the pocket, and thank God for these guys up front because they were doing a great job all day long. You know, the quarterback only got hit once all day on Saturday, and that was on the pick that we threw. And we had another one, Nigel, right down the sideline wide open. But there were a couple of times that he was holding on to that football. I was like, okay, dude, get rid of the football. Throw the football. Throw. He's just so comfortable in the pocket. Trust these guys, and they do a great job up front.
And I thought one of the more dynamic plays of the ball game. Let's go to cut 11 here, Aaron, with Retzlaff's touchdown down the sideline. First and 10 at the 40-yard line. Same formation. Fuller takes the snap. Looks left, fires it left. Caught again by Retzlaff up the sideline. Breaks a tackle inside the 40. Breaks another tackle. It breaks another tackle inside the 30. Breaks another tackle inside the 20 all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Can you say making up for lost time?
Man, oh man, Retzlaff refusing to go down. You know what? I cut up the wrong play. That was probably a more. I was thinking
that was
about
a great play. I thought you were going to throw. I thought it was going to be the touchdown.
Yeah, I thought that's what I did cut up, but that's all right. So we got it. I got so many plays. I got so excited doing all these plays, but the one we were talking about was Retzlaff when he
caught a bubble.
Broke the tackles down the side. I thought he was out of bounds, and then by the way, he just steps back in and goes on into the end zone.
He's so hard to tackle. He's done such a good job. You know, just his transformation from last year to this year. If he can do the same thing and replicate that for next year, oh my goodness gracious, it's going to be scary because, you know, last year he came in, he didn't have a summer, you know, and he was a little out of shape. It took him a while to kind of get in shape, and he looks fast.
Yeah.
He looks fast right now, and it's awesome. Anytime one's on the field and you get him the ball, you know something special is going to happen.
Is yards after catch a official Division II statistic?
I'm not sure.
Because he has to be one of the nation's leaders. He runs better after getting hit than anybody, except maybe Howard.
I think his yards after catch are like over 20, 22 maybe, something like that. And with as many catches as he has.
Yeah.
All right, let's squeeze a couple of defensive plays in here since we went ahead and cut them up for you. The first one, I thought this first pick by Seidenberger here was a key moment in the ball game because you come back after we had all the distractions on the field. They come back. They had a touchdown called back. They still were in the ball game if they score real quick here, but I thought Seidenberger made a great play. Thunder was allowed to make substitutions here as Fort Lewis made a bunch of substitutions.
Do you send the house on the backup quarterback?
Yep, trips to the right, double wide out left. Low snap at his handle, looks over the middle, intercepted by Seidenberger. And Gary read that play beautifully and hauls it in and is taken down at the 14-yard line. So the Thunderwolves defense comes up with the turnover. Great read there.
It was awesome. He should have had two.
Yeah, they didn't even see him.
He should have had 2 picks that game. He dropped another one earlier. He said, I wouldn't have been able to sleep at night if I dropped this one. So he's decided to catch it.
And then let's finish things off with a little bit of Tiger pride. Jones takes the snap. They send everybody. He spins out of him, is tripped up.
Nushi. Tiger pride.
Only I was worried about there is they might call a trip on Nushi, but it looked like Jones just more or less spun out of it and lost his balance, and it is a sack for Nushi. He just continues to impress. He just does so many great things. When we even talk about it, even some of the coaches, we're not going to throw him under the bus to say which coaches, but they say, he's not the greatest athlete in the world, but the guy makes great plays. He's in the perfect position all the time.
His football IQ.
Yeah, he's just a great football player. I mean, really, he is. He's in the right spot all the time. Does not make mistakes. He's an anchor for us defensively.
And I think he's enjoying being able to eat more because, he started off as a defensive back. Now he can play linebacker and, he can eat a little bit more and be a little heavier, carry that weight and bring business when he comes and hits you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm surprised he's not here on Wing Wednesday,
He's lurking.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. Thanks, Aaron Kinnischzke, for getting all those plays for us. Hope everybody enjoyed those. Pack Football Show brought to you by Rustler Implement, your local premier Kubota Case International Harvester and New Holland dealer. Please like their Facebook business page for a chance to win one of 2 $100 gift cards and receive all the updates and promotions they are offering. Same name, same family since 1960. Joe, looks like we got some food on in here from ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. What have we got?
We got the hot honey.
Oh, man. You
The
got
hot honey
hot
boneless. Honey. And then we got the teriyaki. And then the sausage and pepperoni pizza. This has been the meal for every week now. And it's done wonders. I credit the meal, don't you?
If we didn't have this meal last week, we would have probably not.
Not right.
Yeah.
See? So,
well, we're still waiting for the, at some point this year, maybe the closing show of the year, we're going to have Slider Wednesday. That's going to be in honor
all
of Ben
cheeseburgers.
Just with hamburger plain with cheese. And you
nothing
can add
else
ketchup.
on them. And they're the Ben burgers.
The Ben burger. Ben, we need to get you a burger here at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House.
The Ben burger.
The Ben burger. And everybody just wants a plain burger with cheese. They can get that. All right, ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. Your questions are next. If you've got one for a coach, 719-671-7574. 719-671-7574. Or you can tweet Joe. We'll get your questions on there. We got a bunch of them lined up. Stay tuned for that. Pack Football Show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
This is the Pack Football Show on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head over to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap with your hosts, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi, along with Thunderwolves head coach, Philip Veal.
And welcome back. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House, Pack Football Show. Steel City Solar and Roofing is proud to serve the Southern Colorado community as a locally owned company. They uphold the values that matter to you. Proudly partner with San Isabel Electric, provide the best solutions for all your energy needs. Alongside Solar and Roofing, they are now your premium Tesla dealer in Pueblo, offering Tesla Powerwalls, batteries, and EV chargers. Can't wait to continue serving the community with the best in energy solutions. Proud sponsor of the Pack Football Show, Steel City Solar and Roofing. Also thank Keg One here tonight, providing a couple beanies to our players, and of course ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House.
And how about our boy Ryan Howard and ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House? This is the first time we've had 2 linemen, offensive, defense. The food was gone. So, that's what we love. We love to see them come and eat and have a good time. Mm-hmm. But the hot honey, Jim.
Well, if you stay afterward, Ben's going to get you a Ben burger.
Plain.
I know what a Ben burger is.
He's going to get you a Ben burger.
No, nothing on it, cheese if you want it, but it's plain.
Yeah, all right. There we go. All right, let's get to the questions. Let's start with a softball for you. We got a lot of really interrogating questions here for you.
Interesting,
Phil. I've already addressed a couple of them, but first one, typical pregame meal on a Saturday morning for the Thunderwolves football team.
Yeah, when we play it at 1 or 2, our pregame meal is always 4 hours before game time. And so we do, when we're playing in the afternoon, we'll do breakfast for the morning. So we'll have, eggs, some type of starch, so potatoes, something like that, bacon, sausage. Want to get some type of complex carbs, so we'll have, oatmeal or French toast or something of that nature to kind of get you rocking and rolling.
You don't give it a big old porterhouse like that?
A hungry dog hunts, my coach.
Yeah, there you go. Do you guys eat better at home or on the road?
I'd say on the road.
Yeah?
On the road.
On the
Yeah.
road.
Did you burn up some barbecue last week in Durango?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
great.
Yeah,
That Serious Texas barbecue.
yeah,
that place is hard to beat.
no,
Yeah,
and
that is
they
pretty
do
good.
it every year, Koshki's, and how about that? That's good stuff, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It's great.
The guys were complaining afterwards because we actually had we had post-game tacos as well, and some of these guys are soft. And, the jalapenos are too hot.
They're not from this part of town.
It's so soft.
That's pretty soft there.
Not the big guys. Not the big guys.
Not the
All
big
right.
guys. There you go.
All right, Uncle Charlie checking in. He apologizes first for not checking in last week. He had family obligations and We were wondering about what happened to him last
I was
week.
hoping he was okay.
By the way, Rock not here tonight. Rock is visiting his relatives up in Yellowstone this week. They'll be back for the game, though, this weekend.
Fantastic.
If they're chasing wolves around. Wants to know your assessment. We'll talk about Black Hill State next segment, but let's go ahead and start it now. What's your assessment of their ball club, the way they're playing this year?
I think they're a good team. I mean, you look at their record right now; they're 3-3, and their 3 losses have come to an FCS program, Colorado School of Mines, and Western Colorado. And so this is a good football team. They're always well coached. They've always got talent. Their defensive line is an issue. I think honestly, they're probably the second best defensive line we've seen outside of Grand Valley. They're second in the conference against the run on defense. I mean, they do a really good job of stopping the run. Their linebackers are long. They can run. Safeties come in and fill. They're going to create an issue for us on the defensive side. I mean, we're going to have to play really well on offense to be able to move the ball the way we have the last couple games. Offensively, they're always going to find a way to run the football. Their head coach is a former O-line guy, and he's going to run the ball. They're going to run pin and pull. That's what they're going to do. They're going to find a way to run pin and pull. I think the thing that they do offensively that is really unique and plays well to who they have. They do a really good job of motioning and shifting, and they game plan really well to put their best player on our worst player, and they're going to try to motion and shift to create an advantage. And so we've got to be really good with our communication on the back side, on the defensive side, and make sure that we're trading the front when we need to, when they motion and shift and do all those types of things, so that way we can be gapped out and sound on defense. So this is a good football team, and our message all week, has really been we got to come ready to roll, and we can't fill this out. We can't wait till the second half. If we do, we're going to lose this football game. This is a very good team.
Well, players, how do you feel about everything going into this game? You see things that you say you can exploit. You see things that we better tighten it up here on this area.
I think that, with any team, stopping the run is going to be like your number one goal, and like Coach said, they always are looking, to do that with their pin and pull schemes that they do. And we just have to understand that, we have to do our job, and we have to, do what we're coached to do, and not play outside of ourselves, and just understand that, if we all do our job, we're going to win.
So what is it like for you, Domingo, when your coach says their defensive line's going to be a problem? Does that just fire you up?
Yeah. Always love a good challenge. And like you said, we're playing a great defensive line, and we're a great offensive line. We're a great unit. I believe in every single one of my guys to do their job, and that's what we tell each other before every game. Just do your job. You don't have to go outside of your body. Just do what you have to do, and we'll win.
We always invoke Keith McCaney here, opportunities.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity to go play well against a good opponent.
Definitely.
All right, Phil, next question. One of our listeners wants to know how you're addressing the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties that the Thunderwolves are getting this year.
Look at them shaking their heads.
Why are you guys shaking your heads?
Look at them shaking their heads.
I plead the fifth.
I think we've addressed it, and I would say that there's no reason for us to get any of them anymore, because we know what's going to happen if we get another one.
Let's just put it this way.
It sounds like you're scared straight.
You could say that.
All right,
Yeah,
okay.
I would agree.
Agreed.
Monday morning, we usually have, that's when we put our game to bed, right? The previous game. So we come in and we have the good, bad, and the ugly, we call it. And everyone's in there, and we have, 12 to 15 plays from the previous game, and everyone gets to see guys making good plays, guys making bad plays, guys making ugly plays, and everyone gets coached up in those meetings, right? And so everyone gets to see that everyone's getting coached hard. And we didn't do that on Monday morning. I came in and I asked the team, I asked them a simple question. I said, what is the game given to you? And I said, I want you to write down your top 3 answers of what the game is given to you. You guys remember what you wrote down? Go ahead, Domingo. What'd you write down?
I believe I said family, opportunity, and love.
What'd you say?
I said a relationship with God, and then I said, family, and just a way to put myself in a better situation than beforehand, an opportunity, I guess.
So I said, I showed that. I asked that question. And then the next slide I had was our penalties from the year. And I said, how dare you, the game that's given you so much, disrespect the game. I said, when teams play us, I want them to say, this is the most talented, disciplined football team that we've ever seen. And I said, and we played uncharacteristic on Saturday. And I said, we let people outside of this program affect the way that we play. And I said, I'm done with it. And I said, we're not going to watch film this morning. I said, we're going to go out onto the field right now. We do what we call not our standards, where everybody who commits a penalty comes into the front, and we do up downs for, they say, I'm Domingo Prince. I had one not our standard, and we do up downs for that. And then everyone that traveled rolled 500 yards on Saturday morning, or on Monday morning, excuse me. And said, if we get any more unsportsmanlike, I said, you will have Breakfast Club. If we have a repeat offender, you're going to miss significant game time. I said, I'm done playing with this. This is not going to beat us, because ultimately, if we're doing those types of things, it will beat us at some point. And so I believe the message was retained. We will see.
Well, it definitely just the body language you had on the sideline, even when the game got under control, or a couple times you were just kind of by yourself looking at the turf and just kicking the natural grass surface going, this is not what I want to see out here.
Yeah, it's just, I've got to do a better job of coaching it, obviously, and we'll get it fixed. I promise you that. That's not who we're going to be. And I don't care what they do. I don't care what they say. We talk about our definition of discipline. What's the definition of discipline, Domingo?
Doing the right thing all the time, regardless of circumstance.
That's right. I mean, it doesn't matter what is said, doesn't matter what is done, doesn't matter what they say about anything. You do your job, and you stay disciplined, and you play our style of football. And so, something we're continuing to grow and work through, and we'll get better.
And final question was, the people were watching, plus a couple of people were in attendance, noticed there was no handshake after the ball game. We had a lot of extracurricular things going on. It was kind of a mutual decision between both institutions, wasn't it?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I went up to the head official about 5 minutes left in the game, and I just said, please inform Coach Cox that we're not going to shake hands after this game. I just said there's just too much extracurriculars. There's too much talking, and the last thing that I want is, we've got so much to play for, and we've got so much left that's still ahead of us. And it's just a head coach's nightmare of, you walking through a line, shaking hands, and somebody throws a punch.
Right.
And then everyone reacts. And I just wanted to remove that opportunity. And so I just told the officials, hey, as soon as this thing's over with, we are sprinting into the locker room. I'll go over and shake Coach's hand, and we're going to move on. So.
It should be pointed out, it's not the Thunder Wolves getting a lot of personnel. They were a little chippy as well. We had a couple of blindside blocks. I mean, nobody was really not guilty in this game of what was happening.
No, I definitely there's plenty of blame to go around for both sides. And just like anything, it's always the second guy that gets caught, and so, but again, we got to be better. And that's what I told our team. I said, it doesn't matter what gets called. We control us. We don't control officials. We don't control opponents. We don't control fans. We don't control any of that. We control us. And so we've got to be better.
All right. Thank everybody for all your questions. And remind you, Rustler Implement, they're your local premier Kubota, Case International Harvest, and New Holland dealer. Please like their Facebook business page for a chance to win one of two $100 gift cards and receive all the updates and promotions they are offering. Same name, same family since 1960. Come back after this timeout. We'll talk a little bit more about Black Hill State. That comes your way next. Pack Football Show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
This is the Pack Football Show on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head over to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap with your hosts, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi, along with Thunderwolves head coach, Philip Vigil.
And welcome back, ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. Thank Ryan Howard as an entire staff here tonight, providing for us, making our digs and making everything comfortable.
Well, we had the happiest guy in Pueblo coaching is Josh Atkinson, the wide receivers coach at CSU Pueblo. Only because he's got an embarrassment of riches. He runs up and down the sidelines like a kid in a candy store every game.
There's no doubt. I told him, I said, your biggest challenge this year is going to be keeping your room happy. There's just too many guys in there.
And they all can catch and they can all run.
They
He's
sure
like
can.
the late Donnell Liamini of offensive.
Oh, yeah.
Player.
No,
You know,
he
Donnell
can't
running
wait.
him down the sideline for defense. He does the same for the offense.
I did have to punk Nigel. He was walking down. I go, "Who's the fastest?" And he just started laughing from last time. I go, "Who's the fastest?" I love it, man.
Who's faster? Well, who's faster? CSU Pueblo or Black Hills State? Phil, I guess we find out on Saturday afternoon. I guess you want to beat them to the punch. Probably have a little bit better start than you had maybe this last game. I think that's probably job one.
Yeah, I mean, that's what kind of been the message all week is start fast, and we got to bring the fight to them. Again, I have a lot of respect for Coach Bresky and what he's done there, and the way that they recruit well. They bring in good talent. They develop that talent. They have great offense, defense, and special team schemes. They play very hard on special teams and on offense and defense. And they're a good football team, and we have to respect them. They deserve respect, and so it's gonna be a fight on Saturday.
Well, I guess a team like this that likes to run the football, I guess first down, very important. Get them behind the chains, I guess. You want them in 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9. You don't want them at 2nd and 3 and 4. That one makes it tough.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you want to be on the defensive side. The goal is to get off the field on 3rd down. And the only way that you're going to do that consistently, and Coach Foskey and the defense have done that consistently, they're one of the top teams in the country in 3rd down percentages by being great on 1st and 2nd down. The math says 3rd and long, if you're converting over 30% on 3rd and long, you're elite, And so if we can get them into 3rd and long situations, I feel like we're going to be able to put some pressure on the quarterback and go after it. So the weather's going to be an issue on Saturday. It's looking like every single day it's gotten worse and worse,
hasn't it?
Started out at 55 and 70%, then it went 54 and 80, and today it was 52 and 90% chance of rain. And so what kind of weather are we going to have this weekend?
Near perfect.
Yeah,
Near perfect.
I say it
weather.
now in my sleep.
But it's just a mentality, and no matter what the weather's like, we got to be ready to roll, and we got to protect the football on offense, something that we've, last game struggled with, putting the ball on the ground. And same thing with Adams, did the same thing, put the ball on the ground, put it in harm's way, and made it a game. And so we got to protect the football. We got to be opportunistic on defense, and we got to play our game ultimately.
Black Hills has our guy too, Doodles.
Yes.
Doodles Quinones is back.
He's a good player.
You know what he is? He talks a lot. He's pretty chippy, but he makes plays. And
Yeah, he does.
Jim and I, we've been doing this a long time, so we always have to. We had our first Musa and our first. It's our first Doodles. But he's been there a couple years now.
Oh,
so.
I mean, he's a good safety. You should see him on punt. That guy can run down there and make a play now. He's a good player.
Well, I guess you even mentioned, ball security on a day like this when it's going to be wet and rainy out there, double important, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's always about the ball. Really, offensively, defensively, it's always about the ball and protecting it on offense and going and getting it on defense. And so we're not going to control the weather. We're not going to control the refs. We're not going to control the fans. We're going to control us and how well we can operate on Saturday. And we've had 2 good days of prep. The last 2 practices have been really good. I expect a really good practice tomorrow morning as well. And embracing the cold. It's starting to get a little bit colder.
Feels good.
Exactly right. I mean, I think it was 30 degrees this morning, something like that. But guess what? If you want to play into late November and December, you got to learn to play in the cold. And so we'll be ready for Saturday.
Mankato.
That's right. You want to be that cold.
Yeah, Riston used to
This
say, I
doesn't
said,
mean
I
you're
don't
in
want to
the
go back to
postseason.
Mankato. He goes, yes, you do. Because if we're in Mankato, that means we're deep into the playoffs.
All right, this time of year, always about injuries. Looks like you got pretty well unscathed through this ball game. Keith McKinney, I guess that's the only question mark. How's he coming along?
Oh, he's going to be back this week. He'll be okay. He rolled his ankle, like I said, last week. He just wasn't ready yet on Saturday. Could have played if we needed him
That's what
to.
I got the feeling. If this
Yeah.
is like the biggest game of the year, I think he'd have been out there, right?
Yeah, he it was a game time decision. Went out for early warm ups and ran around a little bit and just asked him how you feeling. He's like, it's okay. And we're like, all right, just rest it this weekend and we'll get you back for next weekend. So he'll be ready.
Welch was happy.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we'll have the ball game for you on Saturday. Remember, it's 12:30 pregame, 1 o'clock kickoff. We've had some weird variations in the kickoff this year.
It's whenever we play.
Yeah, it's just whenever. But this week, whenever is 1 o'clock, 12:30 with the pregame show. We'll be at the Thunderbolt. Joe and I will be on the air with the pregame show at 12:30. Special thanks to Aaron Kinnischzke, our producer and engineer tonight of the Pack Football Show. We thank our guests, of course, Domingo Prince and A.J. Jordan. Of course, the coach, Phil Vigil. We thank Ryan Howard and the entire staff here at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. Our sponsors, Rustler Implement, Steel City Solar. Ben Greenberg, Sports Information Director at CSU Pueblo. I saw Paul Plinsky was in the house as
Fly
well.
by.
here
I
tonight.
didn't even get a handshake from Paul today.
He gave you a
I don't
pat on the
rate
back.
anymore. I didn't even get a what's up, sir.
Did he do this to you? See you,
No,
Joe.
I know. I didn't get zero acknowledgement from the good doctor.
All right.
Doctor.
All right. My partner is, what's that?
Yeah, there is
And,
no.
oh,
show
that's
next
right.
week.
We remind no show next week. It's bye week. So no Pack Football Show next Wednesday. We'll be back here in 2 weeks for the Pack Football Show. All right. That takes care of all our business. For Aaron Kinnischzke, for Joe Cervi, for Phil Veal, this is Jim Brooks. Good night, everybody.